It's actually fruit Danish, but you left it in the office.
But you should have brought it out.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
How does that fall on
Welcome
me?
to the U.S. Soccer National Training Center and to day 3 of the 2015 Under-18 Men's NTC Invitational Tournament.
Make sure we get numerical order in on the teams when they line up.
Yes. So yes, me, Roberto, me.
Did we find out if we have a winner?
Country of yes.
Okay. Long enough.
Taking into the time.
There's not really no.
We walk. Oh, did you already get them?
No, but
Marty said we had like a minute, so they need to.
well, a minute, so we have to have them here. So basically, it's start.
Yeah,
getting over.
let's grab.
Yeah. Marty, same thing as the other day about 10 to 15 yards and turning things off. Yes.
We did the order again. 3, 4. Yeah. Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah.
So you get some.
Actually, Jennifer, it doesn't matter how far you go out. We don't
Okay.
have a camera here.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Today's match features the Under-18 Men's National Team of Czech Republic taking on the Under-18 Men's National Team of Uruguay. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem of Uruguay, followed by the national anthem of Czech Republic.
Welcome to the third and final match day of the men's U18 2015 National Training Center Invitational. And we have today in the final match what is essentially a final between the Czech Republic and Uruguay. And for Uruguay, just a point will do enough for them to win the tournament as they come in to today's match with 3 points from their 2-1 win over the USA. The Czech Republic entered today with 1 point, courtesy of their 1-1 draw the other day against the U.S. So the U.S. leaving the tournament with 2 points, the Czech Republic with 1, but still a chance if they take all 3 points here to take the trophy with them back to the Czech Republic. And of course, the Czech Republic, in that 1-1 draw against the U.S., started off very slowly and pressed the self-destruct button early as David Brezina gave the ball away to Sebastian Elney, and Elney crossed it off of Brezina and into the goal for an own goal. However, they responded through substitute Kukta with a header on a corner kick in the 65th minute, and that keeps them in the tournament. For Uruguay, a chance to go home 2-0. 2 days ago, they played to a 1-1 draw against Xolos, the Tijuana reserve side. And it will be the Czech Republic to get us underway as Adam Finney hands them the ball. One final check from the center referee, Adam Finney. And the final match of the 2015 U18 Men's National Training Center Invitational is underway. And it's the Czechs in all white. La Celeste from Uruguay are wearing Celeste in their blue jerseys, black shorts, and black socks with blue trim on the top. And it's the Czechs stroking the ball around the back. They are attacking to your right, left rather. This is De La Cruz. Sliding in is Humetsky. Ladra looking to bulldoze their way through the Uruguayan defense, and almost doing so with a lovely turn was Kukta. Still might be something on here for the Czechs, but the cross just a bit too much weight on it. And Uruguay will win it on the far side. Excellent tracking back in the midfield. Not the best first touch though, and the ball will go right back to the Uruguayans. Be a throw in on the far side taken by Santiago Perez. Won by Damian Weller. Score of the tying goal in the friendly against Xolos off of a feed from Diego Rossi. And Valverde in his usual center back position wearing the captain's armband. But it's Santana marauding forward here. Gets it down the line to De La Cruz. Good one-touch ball in. In the end, skips past the Uruguayan player lurking at that near post and into the arms of Spacek. De La Cruz is shaped out wide here. He'll go in the center. In fact, he'll go everywhere. Really has a free roll, the number 8 for Uruguay. Good ball played into the center. And this time it's Weller getting back. Won by Valverde. Space for Rossi to turn. Tried to get it back to his clubmate Valverde. The two of them play for the reserves of Peñarol, one of the biggest clubs in Uruguay. In fact, there's a Peñarol flag pinned up on the far side. Klima tried to play it inside. Won back by Kuchera. And Kuchera trying to play it for Matej Hillebrand, but it's over his head and out. So another careless giveaway in midfield from the Czechs, and it all comes down to technique. Need to be sharper with their passing. Uruguay patient with their build-up. Little touch off from Valverde. And this is good combination play. Roberto Fernandez, seeing his first action of the tournament, sprays it out wide. Weller, top of the box. Was trying to play it inside for Martin Pereira. And Pereira had a goal and assist in that 2-1 win over the U.S. First came in short for a corner kick, turned around, realized nobody was on him, and floated in for a Moose to head home in the 36th minute. And then stole the ball in the defensive end of the U.S., ran right at the defense, and scored off a deflected shot in the 60th. And sent in the way, but you can see the foul on the far side as it's Santiago Perez who goes down. And the trainers are going to have to come out and tend to the River Plate man, who was a member of the 2015 U17 South American Championship squad. 6 players on this side represented Uruguay at the U17 qualifiers. And they missed out by just a point. They won their first group, Group B, going 4-0. But then went in the final group, and they missed out by a point, finishing in 5th place. Just a point below host Uruguay, or Paraguay rather, who snatched up that final spot. So Uruguay will not be going to the 2015 U17 World Cup later this fall. This will be a very interesting matchup because one of the things, we'll get back to that in a second, so now we have a better look at the foul. And Perez, well, he just got stepped on by Kukta from behind. Kukta acknowledging it right away. And it's a free kick, a chance to float the ball into the danger area, but they waste that right into the hands of Spacek. This will be a really interesting matchup because one of the things head coach Marul Pavel said about his Czech side is they need to work on being better on one-on-one situations. And the Uruguayans, so technical, so good at taking players on off the dribble. So that's a battle to look out for today. Smartly headed back to Spacek. Quickly rolls it in for Kuchera. One back in the center circle by the Uruguayans. And Pereira was looking to run, but has the ball stabbed away from him. Ellebrand. The Opava man gets it back to Kumalski. And the Czech Republic will swing it from side to side in the 7th minute. Final game here at the men's U18 National Training Center Invitational. A tie will do for the Uruguayans. The Czechs need all 3 points if they're going to take the title. The friendly matches against Xolos don't count, so the Czech Republic coming into this game with a point and Uruguay coming in with 3. As it's cleared away by Amuz. And Uruguay's high pressure allowing them to win it back in midfield. And this time Badoja is going to be whistled for the foul. Badoja scored in the friendly against Xolos. It's an 80th minute strike to tie that match at 1. But then he didn't play against the Stars and Stripes. Amuz. Long searching ball, looking for Pereira. Flicks it onto Rossi. Rossi going one-on-one. Cuts inside Rossi onto his left foot. And the deflection took the sting out of the shot, and Spacek did well to get there before it went over the line to keep it from going out for a corner kick. Rossi had the assist in the 1-1 draw against Xolos on a beautiful solo run just like that. He played the ball across the face of goal to Damian Weller to side foot home. This time he went for glory himself, and had it not been for the deflection, that ball looked destined for the far corner. Zamuz's long ball, and Pereira got the flick on it, and Rossi doing exactly what a good striker does, making that diagonal run underneath, and then a great cutback there. And where against Jolos, Rossi was afraid to use his left foot, well, one of the coaching staff must have had a word with him, because that time he had to go with his weaker foot. So 9th minute and still no score, but Uruguay has created the best chance of the game. Cookta chasing. Roberto Fernandez pushes it forward for Uruguay. One right back by the Czechs. Unable to play out of this high pressure from the South Americans. Great job by Weller to dance his way out of traffic. And lovely combination play from the Uruguayans. Rossi checks into the pocket of space in the channel. Rather played it behind his target, but Weller's there to mop up, and Weller continues. Rossi gets by the defense and puts it onto the wrong side of the post. Applause from the Uruguayan bench. Very happy with the build-up. Head coach Alejandro Garay telling me before the tournament, all of these players are very good at going one-on-one, but he wants to limit their touches. He wants them to possess the ball and provide combinations, and they're doing exactly that here in the early going. They could very well be 2 up inside 10 minutes. Kuchera. Wiesner. Gets it back from Ladra, but played it behind the run of Klima. And Pereira was coming back from an offside position, so he lets this one roll all the way through to Spacek. Perez wins it on the far side. This is De La Cruz. Perfectly weighted ball. And it's Rossi looking to run. Fernandez smartly goes back with it. And he'll get it back again, Fernandez. Had space to turn, but instead twists and decides to go back with it. So Uruguay will hit the reset button in the 12th minute. And keeping the ball the first priority for the Uruguayans. Perez. Back to Nicolas Rodriguez. Youngest player on the squad at age 16, Rodriguez. And the only player from Uruguayan Giants Nacional. Good ball, space on the far side. Running in, played across the ground, Weller's there. He didn't get the proper contact on it. And another chance goes begging for the Uruguayans. Still scoreless here in the 12th minute on the final day of the NTC Invitational, in what is a de facto final between Uruguay and the Czech Republic. Uruguay needs just the point the Czech Republic must win. Either way, one of these two teams is going to take home the trophy at the end of the day. And so far, it's Uruguay is in the driver's seat. The best 3 chances have fallen to them. And they're doing a good job in the early going here, Uruguay, of deciding when to speed up the pace of the game and when to slow it down, giving the Czechs a lot of different looks here. And space for a shot, and electing to have a go, and Spacek was equal to the task. It was Roberto Fernandez who stepped into it. And it's the first corner kick of the game for either side, and it goes to the South Americans. But Fernandez knew exactly what he was doing when he got that ball. First touch to set himself up, and he made sure to test the keeper, but Spacek equal to it. Damian Weller with the corner kick. Outswinger, and almost the opening goal. What a save from Svacek! And then the rebound put into the side netting. Santiago Perez rising highest. And once again, that ball looked destined for the far corner. But Svacek did his stuff. Perfect snapped header, well placed. And Svacek at full stretch, doing well to push it away. Valverde brings it down. Muscles off his defender, Valverde. De La Cruz holds it while Santana overlaps. Santana able to catch up to it and keep it in. Quick cross. Floated onto the back post. Pereira elects to bring it down. Gets it onto that favored right foot. Fernandez, we know he can hit them from here. This time he's quickly closed down. And it's rolled out wide for Santana. Once again into the danger area. But this time too far and out of bounds for a goal kick. Chance for the Czechs to catch their breath. A good header, perhaps a bit too close to the keeper, but still a tremendous save from Svacek. And then how did they miss that rebound, Uruguay? 5 gilt-edged opportunities inside the first 15 minutes for the Uruguayans, and somehow it remains 0-0. And it's La Celeste surging forward once again. This time it's Perez overlapping. Back into the channel, good sliding challenge. Baroja getting the job done on the defensive end, but it will be a throw-in for the Uruguayans. And in fact, it's going to be a corner kick. As Weller comes over to his usual position. Second corner kick for Uruguay. This one played along the ground. You could tell that that was a rehearsed routine, but the Czechs were wise to it. Alejandro Garay at the top of his technical area, screaming at his players to continue to move the ball. You could see as soon as they slowed it down, it allowed the Czechs to press up, and now Uruguay are playing with it just at the top of their own box. Two center backs playing catch. Fernandez came back and joined the party as well. Amuz. Santana able to cut inside Ladra. Good look from Santana. Ball a bit behind, and it allows the Czechs to get back behind the ball. Valverde tried to flick that one on, repelled once again by the Czech Republic. But Uruguay still in possession. We're not keeping official stats here, but I'd say it's at least 70-30. Good ball clipped in. Might fall kindly for De La Cruz. Still going De La Cruz. Tremendous skill, but he puts his finish wide. Everything but the end product from De La Cruz and the Uruguayans. 17 and a half minutes in, and to be honest, Uruguay could be out of sight and out of mind. Just look at this for a piece of skill. And then he was smart not to try and powder it, but you would at least need to place that inside the post. And this is better from the Czechs. Ladra did well to hold his run. He gets the cross in Ladra. And Cuchero will be whistled for the foul. It's the two number 14s collide. A good look at De La Cruz and Cuchera. De La Cruz has made it into the first team roster for Liverpool back in Uruguay. However, he is yet to make his debut in the Premier League. He's made the bench in a few games, but has not seen the field as of yet. But you can see why he's one of the top prospects for Liverpool and Uruguay. Valverde, recipient of the silver boot at the 2015 U17 South American Championships, had 7 goals in 9 games for Uruguay. And plenty of players on this team were on target in that tournament. Rossi had 3. Roberto Fernandez had 1. And it's Fernandez on the ball. Uruguay almost passing themselves into trouble, and in fact they do, as Cookta wins it back. But it's smashed away. Svacek quickly gets it out to Chometsky. Svacek once again as the Uruguayans continue to apply the high pressure. Real trouble here, and perhaps trying to be a bit too fancy. Oh, Diego Rossi could have rounded the keeper and smashed that into an empty net. Instead, he tried to backheel it. 6 chances inside 20 minutes for the Uruguayans. The Czech Republic can thank their lucky stars that they're not trailing. And here comes Uruguay again. Rossi, Perez. Klima nipping at his ankles, forcing Perez to go back with it. Roberto Fernandez will give it off to Rodriguez. Amouz looking to venture into the attack from a center back position. De La Cruz comes inside. It wins the free kick. Quickly taken for Pereira. Gets the end line. Pereira, well, not sure whether that was a shot or a cross, but it still troubled Svacek. In the end, it's going to roll all the way out for a throw-in on the far side. As we approach the 21st minute here in the final match of the 2015 U18 Men's National Training Center Invitational. And there was a chance to sidestep the keeper and put that ball in with a bit more pace. Rossi has to be aware that if there are white jerseys behind the keeper, it is going to need more weight on that ball in order for it to roll into the net. And will these misses come back to haunt Uruguay? The Czech Republic in their first game, the friendly against Xolos, started out in very much the same manner. Were under pressure for the first 20 or so minutes, but then grew into the game. And the same against the U.S. as well. The U.S. created plenty of chances, scoring that first goal inside 6 minutes against the Czech Republic, but were unable to kill off the game, and then the Czechs came back and got the equalizer. As this time Klima's crowded out. And Lopez picks it up. Beautiful distribution to Valverde. Santana on the overlap. The Serra man motoring forward, but put it too close to Svacek as he was trying to find Rossi, making a knifing run right down the heart of the Czech defense. Hillebrand, turned by Wiesner. Has Ladra on the wing. Still going Ladra. And Hillebrand gets all the way to the line, puts it across goal, and Lopez punches decisively. Not out of the woods yet, though, Uruguay. Zarski on the far side, almost picking out the far corner. Well, it was one outside back getting forward, putting it a dangerous cross. Punched away by Lopez. And then he had to be careful on that shot from Zarski. He was beaten, but so was the far post. Off of De La Cruz last in the referee's point of view. First official, Critch Hutchinson, wasn't sure what to do with his flag, and he waited for center referee Adam Finney to make the decision. Well shielded by Amuz, and he wins the free kick in the 24th minute. The Czech Republic starting to get forward with a bit more confidence here. However, that last move petered out with the foul. Rodriguez's free kick. Valverde's flick on. Headed forward, looking for Pereira. And Hellebrand did just enough, but the expense of this third corner kick of the game for the Uruguayans. And it's Weller who's taken the first two corner kicks and this third one as well. Pereira is stationed right in front of the goalkeeper. This one comes back toward the penalty spot, and the referee saw something he wasn't happy with. Get out of jail free card for the Czech Republic in the 25th minute, as they didn't have to deal with the cross. Svacek. Badoja can't get there before Perez. But the Czechs win the free kick in midfield. Chance for more white jerseys to get forward here is inside these first 26 minutes. They've hardly had a sniff of the ball. Hellebrand. Kulmetsky. Good passing triangle formed by the Czech Republic. Ladra gets it out wide for Hellebrand. And good talk by the Uruguayan defense. This is the first defender. Let the cover defender know that that ball didn't hit off of him. It would be a goal kick. Hellebrand should have crossed that. Instead, tried to be cheeky and win the corner kick. Santana kills it instantly and spins away from Ladra. Amuz. Santana. Muscled off the ball by Ladra. Baroja skips past the challenge of De La Cruz. One back though by Uruguay. Now looking to build the other way. Real promise here as the ball's threaded through. But Svacek read it well and came all the way out of his box to make the clearance. Rossi. Too quickly out of the starting gates this time as the offside flag goes up against him. But Uruguay has shown that they've been able to get behind this back line of the Czech Republic. Have had, by my count, 6 gilt-edged opportunities. But have been unable to finish them in the 28th minute, still 0-0. It's a scoreline that would be enough for Uruguay to lift the trophy. However, this is a Czech team that's shown it can score at any moment, no matter how the game is going. And a good job by the referee to play advantage as Valverde was clipped. Waited to see whether or not Uruguay was going to win it, and when the Czechs won it back, that's when he blew his whistle. Well stepped in by Kulmetsky. Valverde cutting himself a frustrated figure in the center circle. Hellebrand. The Opava man plays it inside. And Wiesner was looking for Klima. Klima was turned the other way. Comes back to him though, Klima, and then Fernandez sticks out his arm. And referee Adam Finney wants to have a word with him. Fernandez still walking away, Finney chasing him down. And now he reaches for his yellow card. Well, it's a professional foul from Roberto Fernandez. He was making sure that there was going to be no counterattack for the Czech Republic, but I think if the Czechs would have it their way, they'd rather have it on a set piece. This is where they're so dangerous. Their goal against the U.S. came off a corner kick. And now Bedoja and Wiesner standing over the ball. 7 players camped out across the top of the box for the Czech Republic. The ball didn't have the necessary trajectory on it from Wiesner. And the break could be on here. 3-on-2 going the other way for Uruguay. And a crucial intervention on the far side by Zarski. Pushed forward. And Lara gets it back.
29 minutes to Uruguay, number 5, Roberto Fernandez.
De La Cruz. And a very heavy challenge. And Kukta going over to make sure that he's okay. But Kukta is definitely going to go into the referee's book as the trainer's called out right away. Is right on the half-hour mark. De La Cruz going for the ball, gets there first, and Kukta went right through him, studs up. And a yellow card shown to Kukta. So 2 yellow cards in the space of a minute, 1 for Uruguay to Roberto Fernandez, and 1 to Kukta. Another look at it. That's a nasty challenge. Very lucky that it was only a yellow. But the good news is that De La Cruz is up and walking off the field under his own power.
Yellow card issued in the 31st minute to Czech Republic, number 6, Jan Kukta.
De La Cruz gets permission from the referee to come back on. So we're back to 11v11. And a very smart run from Rossi. Even smarter defending from Chometsky. Thrown from Hillebrand. Kukta. Little touch on looking for Klima, but Rodriguez was there. And now an errant header, and this is Rossi. Skips past the challenge, leaves it off for the shot from Pereira. And that ball went all the way over to the tennis courts here at the U.S. Training Center. But a great job by Rossi once again, weaving his way around defenders and then leaving it off for Pereira. But Uruguay once again failing to test the keeper, Spacek, who has another goal kick in the 33rd minute. Chometsky wins it over De La Cruz, and Wiesner brings it down. Bedoja trying to float it over to this near side, but unable to keep it in bounds was Ladra. Clever header back from Valverde. However, poor first touches from the Uruguayans gives the ball back to Bedoja midfield. And now the Czechs looking to break. And that's a great ball to the back post. Kukta still able to get there. Something might be on here, but it rolled out of bounds. before Kukta could turn it back and put it into the danger area. Great overlapping run though from Ladra, and a beautiful ball in across the face of goal. And Kukta nearly latched onto it. First real opportunity of note for the Czech Republic, and it comes in the 34th minute. And that's how quickly the pendulum can swing when you're playing the Czech Republic. Uruguay dominating this game, had plenty of chances, and then one move like this, beautiful ball into the corridor of uncertainty, but Kukta was late in arriving, and you can see there that the ball definitely did go all the way over the line. So the assistant referee, Jennifer Gardner, getting it right on the far side. Brezina. Haven't heard his name much in this game, Brezina, and what they say about center backs is if their name's not being called, then usually they're doing their jobs. Brezina all the way out over on that line on the far side, but that's because the outside back, Zarski, likes to get forward at every opportunity. Wiesner. Ellebrand. Venturing forward once again, Ellebrand. Perhaps a bit too many touches, but it falls kindly for Kukta. Baroja. And this is Zarski jumping into the attack. Heavy touch from Kukta. Gives the ball back to Uruguay as another move breaks the Czech Republic. And Zarski has to get back. And he does. Squares up to the forward, and did he take the player down? And it's just going to be a goal kick, says the referee. Pereira thought he was fouled there. And Pereira is laboring a bit. Let's take a look. It's Pereira deciding to take on Zarski, and well, you can't really tell from that angle whether or not Zarski got any contact. But the bottom line there is, if a player goes down like that, you either have to call the penalty or give a yellow card. So once again, the high pressure from Uruguay pays off. Baroja clears, but only as far as Perez. And good shielding by Weller to win the free kick. And now Klima's going to get a talking to from the referee. Will he get more? Yes, he will. Adam Finney brandishing the third yellow card of the match in the 37th minute. As Weller did a great job to spin and get himself in between the ball and Klima, knowing that if Klima was going to go for the ball, the only way he could get to it was through him. And not only does he get Klima in the book, but he gives Uruguay a real opportunity here from the set piece. Clipped into the box and goes all the way through. Easy pickings for Spacek.
Yellow card issued in the 37th minute to Czech Republic, number 7, Yuri Klima.
Roberto Fernandez steps in. De La Cruz. And Valverde lucky that that one got through to Fernandez. He's able to play to Perez on the far side. Pereira. Fernandez. Good combination play on the far side by the Uruguayans. Now they get it into the box and going down, and this time a penalty will be given. And Uruguay has a chance to break the deadlock from the spot. Didn't look to be too much in that challenge, but Adam Finney had a much better angle. As it was Zarski in question once again. And this time the referee deemed that he brought down Santiago Perez. Picture of concentration from Spacek, but but it's the captain, Valverde, who sends him the wrong way, and Uruguay have the lead. Well, if you want to know how much confidence Uruguay has in their captain, 5 players, all defenders, were over getting water as Valverde stepped up to take the penalty. It's taken 39 minutes, but the Uruguayans are finally in front, 1-0, and it comes from the spot and their captain, Federico Valverde. And here's that high pressure from Uruguay once again, and it forces a bad ball out from spot check, won by De La Cruz, overtaken by Pereira. Fernandez,
in the 14th
the goal scorer Valverde,
the 39th
pops it over to the
scored
far
by
side.
number 14, Federico Valverde.
And Santiago Perez, the man who won the penalty, unable to keep it in. Well, even if he guessed right, Spacek, that ball was so perfectly placed that I don't think he would have gotten to it. Rolled into the side netting from Valverde with pace as well. Expertly taken penalty. And the Uruguayans have a 1-0 lead as we head into the final 5 minutes and change of first half regulation. Uruguay have been in the driver's seat all game, and truth be told, they deserve their lead. And they're looking for more. Somehow gets through for Damian Weller. He'll turn 18 tomorrow, Weller. Nifty little rollback from Weller, who gets the ball at his feet once again. Roberto Fernandez. Fernandez playing as that link between defense and midfield. A bit of a heavy, but Rodriguez is able to keep up with it on the far side. We'll have to go back with it again, however, as De La Cruz coming all the way back to get it. Now Santana sprinting up this near side, but instead it's played down the middle looking for Rossi. Headed away by Brasina. Excellent work in the center circle by Fernandez. Weller spins away from trouble. De La Cruz has a chance to hit. Instead gets it off to Pereira. Pereira trying to pick out the far corner. And that one just always floating over. Tremendous work from the Uruguayans though. As De La Cruz set like he was going to shoot, but stepping up at the last moment was the center defender for the Czech Republic. And De La Cruz had the presence of mind to push it out wide for Pereira. There's the little touch on right there. And Pereira, nifty little move to create that space for himself. Was trying to curl it, but didn't get it everything behind it the way he wanted to. Didn't wrap his foot around the ball the way he needed to curl it to toward that far corner. And now at the other end, perhaps a chance for the Czechs to grab an equalizer from the set piece. So it's going to be Brezina to float it in. Alejandro Garay barking instructions at his defense. The Czechs so savvy on set pieces. Uruguayan defense is going to have to be really alert here. So this one's floated into the danger area. And it was useful, but it was cleared away. Klima has Ladra in support. Klima elect to try and split the double team who wins out. Baroja with the interception, but only as far as Fernandez. Rolls it to the far side for De La Cruz. Push forward for Rossi. Plenty of white jerseys behind the ball. As Rossi cuts inside, leaves it off for Fernandez. He can hit them from here. And it's going to be a corner kick, says the referee. Definitely took a deflection. Fernandez going down after the shot, but because he got the shot off first and there was a deflection, that's why he went down, so no fouling. I think this is the right call from Adam Finney, just the corner kick. And for the fourth time, Weller is over the ball in the corner. Final minute of first half regulation. Weller's outswinger. And it bounces in the box. And the Czechs still struggling to get it clear. Finally, they're able to do so. But Fernandez is there once again. He's a strong shield in front of that back four, Fernandez. And Lopez clears it to safety.
Yeah, good, good. I like it.
Bresina chasing it down. And anywhere will do, as he was chased down, but he was clipped as well, Bresina. And that's a silly foul to concede. Otherwise, it would have been an Uruguayan throw-in deep in Czech territory. Instead, right on the 45th minute mark, it's going to be a Czech free kick.
The
There
referee
will be
has
2
added a
minutes of
minimum
stoppage time.
2 minutes of stoppage time to the first half.
So 2 minutes for the Czechs to steal an equalizer, or 2 minutes for Uruguay to pad their lead before these teams go into the locker room at the break. Elebrand. Kukta spins off of him. He needed to be a bit wider, Kukta, and that's what allows Uruguay to get the ball clear, as Kukta had to sort his feet out. However, it will be a throw-in for Hillebrand. And it's going to be a long throw into the box, looking for that flick on. But Roberto Fernandez clears it right to Federico Valverde. And a heavy touch from Badoja. Otherwise, the Czechs could have rekindled the attack. About 50 seconds left of the minimum of 2 minutes. And another thrown for Uruguay. Cuchero wins the first header, but sends it only as far as his opposite number. Valverde plays it across. And now the Uruguayans look to work down the other side. De La Cruz takes over from Perez. Floats it in the box. Weller's alone. But Svacek comes out to claim. And that should be the last action of this first half. And it certainly is. The Uruguayans controlled the opening exchanges, had 6 gilt-edged opportunities inside the first 25 minutes, were unable to take them, and then the Czechs started to grow into the game, but right as they did, Zarski whistled for the push on Perez, and Perez went down. The referee pointed to the spot, and up stepped Valverde in the 39th minute to give the Uruguayans the 1-0 lead, and that's where we stand at halftime. So we're going to take a break, but we'll be back with you for the final 45 minutes from the men's U18 National Training Center Invitational. At halftime, it's the Czech Republic 0, Uruguay 1. Both teams are on the field and ready for the final 45 minutes of the National Training Center Invitational from Glenn Mooch-Meyernick Field. One of these two teams will be taking home the trophy today. Uruguay with a 1-0 lead at halftime needs just a draw. The Czech Republic need to come back and get all 3 points if they're going to be the ones lifting the trophy after these 90 minutes. 45 of the 90 left to play. Uruguay leading on a 39th minute penalty kick from Federico Valverde, the silver boot winner at the 2015 U17 CONMEBOL qualifiers. We're just waiting for the assistant referee on the far side, Jennifer Garner, to make her way over. She's in position. Referee has a look at his watch. "45 minutes left in the 2015 men's U18 NTC Invitational. And Uruguay looking the better of the two squads to take home the trophy. However, this is a Czech side that can turn the game on its head in a moment. And it's Zarski playing it forward. And barreling into the back of Pereira is Brezina.
Substitute in the 46th minute for Czech Republic. Entering the game, number 22, Daniel Trubak. Leaving the game, number 9, Andre Badoka.
And Daniel Trubach has come in at halftime for Andre Badocha. Trubach, one of just 2 players on this Czech side who has played with the first team. 16 games played and 1 goal last season for Harak Kralove. So Badocha's night is done. And out of bounds off of Weller. And another substitution, believed for the Czech Republic, is Kuchera is out and Prucha is in. This is Kukta. Wiesner. Both Wiesner and Trubach will celebrate their 18th birthdays on Friday. That ball sprayed to the far side, and it's a good one. And Lebrand has it cleared away from him, but it's the first corner kick of the game for the Czech Republic. As the Czechs have come out full steam early looking for this equalizer. And Wiesner takes it quickly to Trubach. Fighting in the far corner, Trubach gets it back to Wiesner, looking to set the table. And nobody running across the face of Agustin Lopez, so it's easy for the goalkeeper in the end. But the Czechs doing a good job early on to work the ball in deep, something they were unable to do against Uruguay in the first half. And now Lopez just trying to calm things down. Lopez plays that one over De La Cruz. Fernandez wins it back in midfield. Czechs regain possession. Out wide for Zarski. In question of handball against Perez. And it will be a free kick for the Czechs. So Zarski's going to leave this one off of Brezina. And the Sparta Praha man is going to switch fields. Right onto the head of the player on the far side. That's a great free kick.
Substitutions for Czech Republic in the 46th minute. Entering the game, number 15, Peter Prucha. Leaving the game, number 14, Jacob Kusera. Entering the
Pruha
game,
in
number 10,
Kukuchera.
Matej Pulkrab.
And
Leaving the
Matej
game,
Pulkrab
number 7,
also into the
Yuri
game
Klima.
as he replaces Klima. So 3 substitutions made at halftime for the Czech Republic. And the Czechs used all 6 subs against the U.S. Uruguay only used 3 of their allotted 6 in their match against the U.S. Damian Weller. Not enough pace on it to reach De La Cruz. Played forward by Rodriguez. Bit heavy on the chest by Rossi, but he deals well with it. And a nice little touch into the middle from Perez. And that's lovely soccer from Uruguay. Final ball, though, too far for Rossi, and it goes all the way to Svacek. '50th minute mark, 1-0 in favor of Uruguay on a 39th minute penalty from Valverde. A goal that at the moment would have Uruguay winning the NTC Invitational with 6 points from 2 matches. This is the Czech side getting ready for Euro qualifiers. After this, we'll have matches against Hungary and Finland. Early in the year, made it to the finals of the Slovakia Cup, but lost to the host 2-1. The Uruguayans, however, don't have anything that they're getting ready for. Plenty of these players hoping to feature for the U20s in 2017. Good win by the substitute. Trubach. Rather played it behind Ladra. The ball played into space for Pereira. Pereira off to the races as the flag stays down. Pereira pulls it into an interesting position, but circling back with it was Rossi. Valverde's hit. Smashed off a Czech defender. Roberto Fernandez slides it out wide for Pereira, wanting to take on Zarski. A good job to come over in the double team. And the Uruguayans forced to go back with it. Valverde, always looking for that ball, Valverde. And there's that combination play that Alejandro Garay has been preaching for his squad. Smartly left off for the run of Santiago Perez. He puts it into the mix, but it's too deep, and it's catching practice for Svacek. Chumetsky, Svacek. Weller didn't see that until too late, so he's unable to pressure. And the Czechs able to work their way out of it. Zarski trying to get forward, but a miscue from him. Plods the pass though, Zarski. And Santiago Perez will come up to take the throw-in. Pereira. Bodied off the ball, Pereira. Trubach. Ladra. Good ball into the middle, good combination play. And trying to feed it back to Kuchta was Wiesner. And then it's going to be a free kick the other way. As going for the acrobatic clearance was De La Cruz, and he caught one of the Czech forwards. And the good news is that Hellebrand gets up and he looks to be okay. And now a real opportunity for the Czech Republic to draw level in the 54th minute via the set piece. And it looks like it's going to be Cook, though, with that right foot. And now a yellow card's given, and a player goes down in the box, and real chaos here. As De La Cruz went down. Can't see who that yellow card was given to. So the referee with a little bit of administrative work. But it looks like cooler heads will prevail. So we'll let you know who that yellow card was administered to in a second. But Cook, though, looks to be the main protagonist in this plot. He could try and catch Lopez at that near post. Five players in the wall for Lopez. Cook played it right into the wall, and it's out for a corner kick despite some half-hearted pleas for a handball. And Cook not happy that he didn't get that one over the wall. Trubec has a short option if he wants it. Instead, he plays it low and off the feet of Santana and out for another corner kick, third of the game for the Czech Republic.
Yellow card issued in the 58th minute to Czech Republic, number 18, Tomáš Wisner.
And it was Wiesner who goes into the book for pushing down De La Cruz, I'm guessing. That's a better corner kick, but it doesn't beat the defender at the first post. Something still might be on here for the Czechs. That's a strong clearance from the captain, Valverde. Thrown for the Czechs, who've really seized the initiative in the second half after playing second fiddle to Uruguay for much of the first. But they won't get back into it with passes like that. Trubec. Zarski. The Slavia Praha man looking forward and trying to send it down the line. Poor technique from him. And it gives the ball right back to Uruguay. That's one thing I alluded to in the U.S. game is talking Czech Republic head coach Maurua Pavel is that one thing the Czech Federation feels is that their players are not up to the technical standard as the top countries in the world. In fact, their FA is building an academy just to work on technique. Won by Fernandez. Rather popped up into the air by Rossi, but he's able to rescue the situation and then is taken down by a hard foul from Polkrab. And Polkrab being called over by referee Adam Finney.
15 white, 15 white. No, 15.
And now 15 being called over. And it's going to be a yellow card for Peter Prucha. So we'll take a look as, oh, there were two fouls there. I was looking at the foul of the man on the ball, but Prucha taking down Valverde, I believe. And so the sub Prucha, the latest player to go into the referee's book in the 59th minute. And that one a bit overcooked from Valverde. Puts his hands on his head in frustration.
Yellow card issued in the 59th minute to Czech Republic, number 15, Peter Prucha.
Goal kick played short. And looking for Polkrab. Amu's being chased down. Tried to flick it over for Rodriguez, but the Czechs win it back. And a poor ball from Peruja. Has to be careful now that he's on a yellow. And after being under the cosh for the first 15 minutes of the second half, Uruguay just looking to slow things down as we mark here at Glenn Mooch Meyernick Field. A win or a draw will be enough for La Celeste to take home the trophy. And they're in a good position at the moment, but they've been under pressure for most of the second half. In truth, though, the Uruguayans could have been in an insurmountable lead well inside 25 minutes. Had 6 goal opportunities, took none of them. And they needed a suspect call in the box from the referee to give them a chance from the spot that Valverde stroked home in the 39th minute. Brazina bringing it forward, and Valverde had his arm across his shoulders. Brazina missed the game against Xolos due to an injury suffered in training. Was back for the match against the U.S. Had a nightmare start to it, conceding the own goal, but has done better here, and it's his free kick that's caused some trouble in the box. But it falls kindly for Lopez in the end, looking to spring the counter-attack from his punt. And it's a great ball, too, to the far side. Well won. Rossi showing at the top of the box. Pereira was trying to play it back to him, but it was too easily read by the Czech defense. Svacek. Lovely distribution to Peruja. Victoria Pilsenman gets it out wide. This is Zarski. And it's that first touch that was popped up in the air, which allowed Uruguay to win that ball back and win the free kick. As this time it's Fernandez who's struggling. You can see the referee come over and help him up. He's been busy. 6 yellow cards given out. 5 rather. 1 to Uruguay and 5 to the Czech Republic, or 4 to the Czech Republic. Rossi has Weller flying into the channel. Elects to go at it alone. Rossi's still going, and finally has the ball nipped off of him. Oh, lovely interplay as Valverde almost found De La Cruz, and De La Cruz did well to get back there. Real promise here for Uruguay. Played across. Good defending from the Czech Republic. They need to get out quicker, the Czechs. They had numbers there. As Mahalik is up in between the benches. So the Czech Republic getting ready to hit the switch on their 4th substitution of the afternoon. Uruguay has yet to use one. Perez, little touch forward for his captain. Back to Perez. And somehow it works out for Perez. Keeps it in. Arrowing his way into the box press. Plays it across. And Elebran did just enough to get a touch. De La Cruz recovers on the far side and played it a bit away from Weller, allowing the Czechs to clear. The Moose guides it back to his keeper and promptly gets it right back. Plays it over for Rodriguez. 16-year-old will swing it out to this near side for Valverde. Game's lone goal scorer gets it off for Perez. And just look at the way Uruguay moved the ball. Weller checks into the pocket. Fernandez continuing to conduct the orchestra. So that's a beautiful ball played with the outside of the foot into space. The Czechs doing well to recover and get bodies in front of the ball. But Rossi doing a great job to fly by him. Beautiful movement. Rossi's in here, lays it across. And Pereira couldn't get to it in time. It was Hellebrand with a crucial intervention. Skulmetsky. That was a tough ball played back to Svacek, but he did well with his feet to sort it out. Uruguay win it back again. And this is a strong run on the far side. And it's Hellebrand once again getting back. This time it was Brezina doing the defending. But it's at the expense of the 5th corner kick of the game for Uruguay. And another throw of the dice for Marula Pavel. Is Kukta is replaced by Mahalik.
Substitution in the 66th minute for the Czech Republic. Entering the game, number 17, Andre Mialik. Leaving the game, number 6, Jan Kukta.
So Mahalik is a striker, but the first thing he's going to have to do is defend this corner kick for Uruguay. And it's Damian Weller to take. Outswinger, low from the far side, easily cleared. But it will be a throw-in for Uruguay. Mahalik made his first team debut for Jablonek last season. So he, along with Trubac, the 2 players who have played in the Czech Premier League. Everybody else still playing in the academies with the likes of their U17s, U19s, or U21 squads. De La Cruz did well to step into the passing lane. 67th minute and Valverde's 39th minute PK still holding up for the Uruguayans. And again, the ideas are there, but unable to execute are the Czech Republic. Perez slowing things down just a bit. Smartly chested down by Rossi for Weller. Fernandez. Santiago Perez. Back to Roberto Fernandez. You could see Weller trying to disguise his pass, but Trubac was wise to it. And now the Czechs can break. Great ball over the top. Muscling his way through is Mahalik, but Agustin Lopez came out and got down quickly. And now a free kick for a high boot in the center circle. That was a beautiful ball over the top. A great touch to escape Perez. But Lopez did well to come out quickly and cut down the angle. And Mahalik tried to play it under him, because what a lot of keepers will do there is they'll jump. But Lopez did well to stay on his feet and then get to the ground. In fact, I was watching the US U17 women train a couple months ago. Get back to that in a second as this ball played across and intercepted before it got to Rossi. But in watching the U17 women train, that's one thing the goalkeeper coach was talking to the 2 goalies about. Is when you come out right as they're about to hit it, don't jump, because they might roll it right under your feet. Stay on your toes and make a decision, but never jump. And that's exactly what Lopez did there, and that's the reason that Uruguay still have a 1-0 lead. Perez.
I'm saying there's a lot on 20. There's a lot on 20.
Brezina rolls it in for Wiesner. Polkrop gets it out wide. Zarski. Bit of a heavy touch on the turn from Mahalik. But one back by the Czechs. Mahalik swings it across. And nobody making the run at the back stick. And now Uruguay will make changes. 2 players getting ready to come in for La Celeste. It's going to be Winston Fernandez and Gonzalo Conti checking in. This was Mahalik shaping out wide and getting a great cross in, but nobody crashing the back post for the Czech Republic. That should have been an easy tap in. Brezina gets there and safety first from him, as Rossi was right on his heels. And now here comes the double substitution. Damian Weller's night is done. So somebody new will have to take the corner kicks for Uruguay.
Hey Adam, you heard me on the last
And then Roberto Fernandez coming out as well. So it's one Fernandez for another as Roberto leaves for
Winston.
Winston.
Number 15, Gonzalo Conti.
And Gonzalo Conti coming in for Damian Weller.
Entering the game, number 17, Winston Fernandez. Leaving the game, number 5, Roberto Fernandez.
Fernandez did an excellent job as that shield in front of the back four. And here comes Winston Fernandez. Both of them played on the U17 team that played in the South American qualifiers.
Yeah, that was 10, wasn't it? No, that was the high kick right here.
Uruguay trying to win the corner kick, but the Czech Republic makes sure it doesn't go off of them, so it's a goal kick for Svacek. Being preferred today to Jan Steskal, who made 4 saves against the U.S. Zarski's first touch lets him down again. He puts himself into a heavy challenge. And then trying to flick it back for Svacek. He has to chase it down, but he gets to it inside his box. And he elects to keep it on the ground. Floats it over to the far side. And Conti almost won it. Still flying down the far flank, the Czechs. And it will be a throw-in for the Czech Republic in the 73rd minute of play. Trubach. Zarski opens up. Mahalik. Prucha. Brezina. Spins away from the attention of Rossi. Czechs are moving the ball well. Right as I say that, they slow it down just a bit, but that's a good run from Zarski. Nobody's tracked it. Zarski gets to it in time, but is unable to put it across goal. Everything but the end product from Jan Zarski. Lopez, who came up huge on that breakaway against Mahalik. De La Cruz skies to win that one. And looking up and seeing the keeper off his line and going for Carly Lloyd was Federico Valverde. But he was unable to get his effort on target, let alone get it what would have been up and over the head of the keeper. Svacek taking it short despite the presence of Rossi. Trubach with time to pick out his pass. Good diagonal run from Mahalik. Brings it down smartly. Clipped into the box, arriving at the back post. but the offside flag is up. Well, if Uruguay dominated the first half, the Czech Republic are bossing this second. Thomas Wiesner almost scoring. And the flag went up, but it wasn't for an offside. Definitely not offside. It was a foul on Polkrab. So get out of jail free card for the Uruguayans in the 75th minute. Trubac. Better touch this time from Zarski. Well stepped in by Santiago Perez. Trying to find Rocio arriving late. Good work from Brezina. Trubac rolls it out wide. Prucha. And a late challenge. And another chance for the Czechs to swing the ball in where they have the height advantage. Trubac asking for a card. Referee says, nope, just the free kick. Will have to set his defense. Wiesner leaves it, and the low, hard shot rolls well wide of the net. Nothing to concern Lopez in the end. As his side continue to hang on to that 39th minute penalty from Federico Valverde. Brucha. Zarski's ghosted in on this far side, near side rather. That's a better ball in. Falls kindly from Mahalik. And then in his way was Wiesner. And had Wiesner not been there, Mahalik would have smashed that one home. Well, you need a little bit of luck to win tournaments, and so far Uruguay have been lucky in this second half. It's Valverde unable to keep it in on the far side. Zarski was ghosting in and then pinballed off of two players, and then Mahalik was ready to hit it, and it fell on the other side of Wiesner. And Wiesner didn't know that ball was there, so he wasn't able to put it in. Mahalik's going to leave this one off for Zarski. As the clearance was made by Wieston Fernandez. Polkrab gave it right to Rossi. Valverde. De La Cruz. He needs to see more of the ball, De La Cruz, if the Uruguayans are going to take back possession in his final 12 minutes plus change. Little touch on from Mahalik. He tried to play it through for himself, but too heavy. Perez once again taking his time on this throw-in. Now the referee blows his whistle, tells him to hurry up. Mahalik with the header. Trubac heads it into the path of Ladra. but Polkrap didn't make the run through. So the Czechs getting ready to make their 5th substitution of the afternoon. Denis Lanka getting set to check in. And the Uruguayans just not attacking with numbers, scared of this Czech counterattack. Now they'll get more players forward on the throw-in, but first we have the substitution. And it's Ladra's number who's up. So Lanka checks in for Ladra. Lanka plays his soccer for FK Pribram, where he just joined from Teplice, where he saw time in the Czech First Division.
Exiting the game, number 19, Tomas Landra.
Trubac wins it back. Turned by Prucha. Brezina getting forward. Long searching ball, well won by the center defender. Conti. Rossi and Pereira at the moment not doing their job of winning the ball up top and just holding it for Uruguay. And going up and over the back of De La Cruz's Mahalik. And De La Cruz looks to be under some duress. And the trainer's being called on as we're inside the final 10 minutes of the 2015 U18 Men's NTC Invitational. And we have a stoppage here for this reason. Well, you could see De La Cruz bracing for it. He knew exactly what was coming from Mahalik. He also knew he had the positioning to win the free kick. That's called taking one for the team right there. And it's good to see De La Cruz getting up. So that could be uncomfortable on the neck and the shoulders. De La Cruz looks to be okay for the moment. Uruguay will be down to 10 men. Uruguay less than 10 minutes plus change from winning the U18 Men's NTC Invitational. They can even afford to give up a goal. If the Czechs can come back and steal 2 goals, though, then they'll be the ones to take the trophy to Europe. Well, and Valverde making things very awkward for Amuz. But Uruguay able to rescue it on the far side. They concede the ball back to the Czech Republic. Mahalik. Prucha. It's been so much better from the Czechs in the second half. Much of that has to do with the likes of Trubac coming on. They're moving the ball a lot quicker and pressing a lot higher, but they've yet to break this Uruguayan back line down. We've come close on a few occasions, and when they have, Agustin Lopez has come to the rescue for the South Americans. Into the 84th minute of play. Pereira will leave it off on the far side. South Americans 6.5 minutes plus stoppage time away from winning the 2015 U18 Men's National Training Center Invitational. Czechs have something to say about it, though, but they have to get the ball to the other end. They have to score 2 goals. And this is better high pressure from Uruguay, forcing the Czechs all the way back to Svacek. And Prucha was all alone. Instead, he flicked it right back to Fernandez. Fernandez spins away from the challenge, and that's a heavy tackle from Trubach and a definite yellow card. 6th of the game, 5th on the Czechs. As Fernandez spun away from Trubach. That's a tackle born out of frustration more than anything else. And another substitution for the Uruguayans, as Franco Gentile is going to come in for Diego Rossi.
Yellow card issued in the 85th minute to Czech Republic, number 22, Daniel Trubach. Also substitution for Uruguay, entering the game, number 18, Franco Gentile.
So Gentile, who came on in the 81st minute against the U.S., comes on in the 85th minute here this afternoon. You can see right away the Wanderers, man, going right into midfield. So it's a defensive substitution from Alejandro Garay. It's a forward going off for a hybrid of a midfielder slash target striker in Franco Gentile. Played forward for the lone runner in Mahalik. Mahalik still chasing, but Lopez able to get it clear. And this time De La Cruz will be whistled for the foul. Quickly taken by Brezina. Prucha. And there's just no room to operate down that far side for the Czech Republic. And Gentile unable to barrel his way through. Brezina. Trubach. Great tracking back by Viston Fernandez. And a good job to shield the ball out of bounds, so it'll be a goal kick for Uruguay in the 87th minute, as both teams are preparing fresh legs. And it's going to be Matias Rodriguez to see his first action of the tournament. The 18-year-old Peñarol man is going to come on for De La Cruz. And De La Cruz taking a sweet time, taking off his shin guards and shaking the ref's hand before walking off. And it means the Czechs are going to be able to make their substitution as well, as Thomas Wiesner's night is done. And checking in for him is Yuri Januszka.
Three.
Januszka had a brace in the 2-1 win over Montenegro. The Czechs are going to need a brace here if they're going to come back and win the tournament. They have just 2 minutes plus added time to. So Uruguay looking to close things out. Could be a very different ending had Uruguay taken their chances early in the game, and instead they're set up for a very nervy finale. Polkrop.
Substitution in the 88th minute for Czech Republic, entering the game.
Januszka,
number
good
8,
first touch.
Yuri Januszka. Leaving
The
the
Czech
game,
Republic
number
crowded out in
18,
the end.
Tomas
Played only as far as Prucha, invited to shoot.
Also
And
substitution
Fernandez
for Uruguay,
stepped up and
entering
got the
game,
block in.
Number 11, Matias Rodriguez. Leaving the game,
Now Pereira
number
just
8,
looking to
Diego
keep the
de la
ball
Cruz.
for Uruguay. And Mahalik with his hands all over the back, and then a late push as well. And referee Adam Finney just telling Mahalik to keep his head. Because it was good shielding. Mahalik had his hands all over his back, and then no reason for that at the end. The whistle had already gone. Header won by Brezina. Only as far as Pereira. Pereira electing to have a go, but it goes well wide of Svacek's net. Final 20 seconds of the 90. Fourth official, Chipolo Street, is preparing the board to let us know how much stoppage time there will be. Zarski, as the clock has struck the 90th minute. And there will be 4 minutes of stoppage time, according to fourth official Chipolo Street. At the direction of Adam Finney, 4 minutes for the Czechs to get back into this game. A goal would steal a point, 2 goals would steal the title. Another free kick, everybody getting forward. Zarski floats it in. It's a good ball, but it's Uruguay who get their head onto it. And Uruguay will take their times on all these restarts. Pereira, he's come further and further back to try and hold on to the ball for Uruguay. Martin Pereira, really the hero of this tournament with the goal and the assist against the US. And the back line has to be strong here. And Brezina wins the free kick. And some of the Uruguayan players still going forward, they thought the free kick was going the other way, and they're very lucky that Mahalik was offside. Cynical look on the face of Mahalik. The referee not urging Lopez to play quicker. Finally, he takes the free kick. And Matias Rodriguez unable to keep it in bounds. Perhaps 1 or 2 more chances for the Czechs to see if they can draw level here in stoppage time. Well won by Lanka. Zarski will take the throw-in. And a good job by the blue jerseys to close down the Czech Republics. Zarski. Mahalik. Back out to Zarski. He's put in some quality services today, and that ball just a bit too deep. Ellebrand fetching on the far side, but it's off of him last and will be a throw-in for Uruguay. And once again, it's Martin Pereira all the way back defending. And anywhere will do at the moment. But that ball rather just lofted right back out of bounds. And another throw-in for the Czech Republic. Lanka turns, fights his way into the box. Still going Lanka, trying to pull it back and winning a corner kick. Remember that the Czech Republic's equalizer against the US came from a corner kick. Can they do it here? Svacek is coming all the way up, trying to join the brand of goalkeeper scorers. The corner kick doesn't get past the first defender. And that will do it. Uruguay are your 2015 U18 Men's National Training Center Invitational champions. and they do it with 2 wins out of 2, defeating the Czech Republic 1-0 on a 39th minute PK from Federico Valverde.
The final
Uruguay
score of
started their
today's
campaign
match is
with a
Uruguay
2-1 win over the U.S.
Republic
and then
0.
hang on here for the 1-0 victory over the Czech Republic. So the table finishes with Uruguay winning the round robin with 6 points. The Czech Republic have 1 point, and the U.S. with 1 point as well. And a great job by the Uruguayans. Held tough in that second half. Their backline was breached on a couple occasions, but their goalkeeper, Agustin Lopez, was there to save them in the end. And I think it's fair to say that the best team did win this invitational tournament. Uruguay were the most skilled and the best at moving the ball. Lovely combinations. Kept it really well when they needed to and knew when to change the pace and the tempo of their game. The U.S. had a rough go of it. The Czechs had a good showing. Got the draw against the U.S. and in the end could have gotten something from this game as well, but just a bit unlucky. And how different could this game have been had Uruguay taken their chances? 6 golden opportunities inside the first 25 minutes, but in the end had to settle for a Federico Valverde PK in the 39th minute. As the Uruguayans are over and celebrating with their fans. Great scenes here at Glenn Mooch Meyernick Field. Well, that will do it for us. Uruguay are your 2015 U18's Men's National Training Center Invitational Champions. Thank you to everyone at Turbo Sports and at US Soccer, and to you for watching wherever you may be. I'm Mark Serber saying good night from Glenn Mooch Meyernick Field, where it finishes Uruguay, the tournament champions, 1, and the Czech Republic 0.
Ladies and gentlemen,